Dear students, myself Pradyumna Padukone welcome you all to 5th SEM Computer Science and Engineering. In this semester, I am with you to guide you the course Web Programming. As per the curriculum, its code is 15CS52T. In this era, everyone become very much familiar with the use of web and internet. Nowadays, the web or internet became an integral part of our life. Earlier, internet was limited to computers in research institutions and universities. But with the drastic advancement in electronics and mobile technology, web entered everywhere. And this internet made the world so small that with a touch of finger, we can access so many things. Now, let's look at the course objectives of web programming. This course is so organized that by the end of the semester, you will be very much familiar with the World Wide Web and its working. You will come across so many technologies like HTML, XML, XHTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP with MySQL, and Java in web applications. In XML, you are going to learn its structure, its application, how to use them, and so on. And in HTML5, we are incorporating XHTML also. Here, XHTML is a combination of XML and HTML. Then the cascading style sheet. You all learned CSS in first year itself. Here we discuss few things about it and how to use them in our web page and how to handle these CSS through JavaScript in our web pages. Then we are using JavaScript. It is a scripting language used to operate in clients. It gives much interactivity to the web pages. We can say it gives intelligence to the web page. Next, we are using PHP and MySQL. So PHP is a server-side scripting language and MySQL is a database used in a backend, and PHP is used to interact with the MySQL, and it will help a lot in creating dynamic web pages. Similarly, we are using Java also in a server-side processing. So normally it is called as servlets or JSP or Java's JSF and all. Overall, on completion of web technology course, you will get an idea to develop your own web application using HTML, CSS and JavaScript in a front end and MySQL in a back end with the help of PHP or Java. Now, we'll have a glance over the details of the course content and the mark distribution. Before proceeding, I would like to give the idea of R, U and A that are shown here in the table. As per Bloom's taxonomy, a few action words are used while asking questions in CIE as well as SEE. Here, R stands for remembering, where the action words like choose, define, list, tell, what, etc. are used while asking the questions. For example, list various web servers or define file server, etc. where you only recall the things that you learned and write the answers. Next, U. It stands for understanding. The questions are asked on the level of understanding only. Here you must write answers based on your understanding, like compare HTML and XHTML, illustrate the handshaking process, PHP, SSL protocol, etc. The last one is the application level. So here the application of skills you learned in a given topic are to be applied, where you may be asked to write a JavaScript program to handle an event likewise. So there are the whole syllabus is divided into 6 units and each units have respective hours and marks weightages. So first chapter is fundamentals and introduction to XHTML of total duration 6 hours and it has a marks weightage of 15. Second chapter is JavaScript and XHTML documents and dynamic documents with JavaScript. It is of 12 hours. with a total weightage of 35 marks. Third chapter is Introduction to XML of 8 hours duration with 20 marks. And fourth one is Introduction to PHP of total duration 10 hours and it carries a marks weightage of 30. Fifth chapter is database access through web. So total duration is 6 hours and 15 marks of questions will be asked from this chapter. Sixth one is Java Web Software and total duration is 10 hours and 30 marks of questions will be asked. Overall 145 marks of questions are to be will be given and you have to answer for 100 marks. Now the first chapter is Fundamentals and Introduction to XHTML. Here introduction to internet is given and its origin is discussed. We are going to learn what is internet and what is not the internet, as well as internet protocol address, that is nothing but IP address, and the significance of domain name, why domain names are used and what is the importance. Then regarding World Wide Web, we are going to learn different web browsers and web servers, especially Apache and IIS are discussed here. In web browsers, we are going to learn the architecture of the web browser, how it will handle the web page, how it is going to render the page, and how it will access different resources from the web server, etc. We are also going to learn how the server operates and what are the characteristics of general web server. We are also going to learn different terminologies like URL, MIME, HTTP, HTML and XHTML. In second chapter, we are going to concentrate especially on JavaScript and handling the documents with the JavaScript. Here, first of all, we learn the JavaScript environment. Next important is document object model. So it is normally called as DOM. So by using the DOM, we are going to access different elements and handle different events that are occurring in a web page. We are also going to learn in which mode the DOM structure will work and what are the versions of DOM we are going to handle. Then dynamic document with the JavaScript. Here we are going to learn how we can create a dynamic document with the JavaScript, how we can position the elements, that is HTML elements, we can move anywhere within a page through JavaScript, handling mouse clicks, and similarly moving the elements, drag and drop. So many functionalities at the client side will be given with the JavaScript. In third chapter, we are going to learn XML. So what is the importance of XML, where we are going to use, what are the syntax of XML, what is the structure of a document, XML document, then DTD, that is a document type definition. It is nothing but it will define how a XML file should be. We are going to declare various elements. We are going to learn internal and external DTDs, XML schema, defining a schema, how the schema is used to form an XML file, and how to display the raw XML data and how to integrate CSS with the XML file. In fourth chapter, we are going to learn about PHP. Initially, we are going to learn overview of PHP, general syntactic characteristics, primitives, operations and expressions, variables, its types, string operations, scalar type conversions, output statements, control statements, relational operators, Boolean operators, and selection statements and loops, arrays, creation of array, accessing array elements, types of arrays, and general characteristics of functions, the scope of variables, the lifetime of variables, pattern matching, and form handling, handling of files, storing user data in cookies and sessions, as well as session tracking. In fifth chapter, we are going to work with database. Here we are going to learn database access with PHP and MySQL and the potential problems that occur or that we face with the special characters, how to remove the special characters and how to handle them, and also handling MySQL through PHP. In web programming, most of the time what will happen is user will send some data and that data has to be stored in a web server. In that condition, we need some database servers at the backend, and as an interfacing layer, we are using PHP to get the data and to store within the database. Next, we are going to learn database access with JDBC and MySQL, metadata in JDBC, examples of PHP, MySQL, and JDBC MySQL. In sixth chapter, we are going to learn about Java Web Software. Here we are going to learn servlets, its overview, servlet containers, and we are also going to use NetBeans IDE for development of the servlets and all, and storing information in clients again with the cookies. And also we learn JSP, JSF documents, event handling, and MVC application architecture. We are also going to learn Java Beans. Now have a look at the textbook that will help you to learn web technology. Textbook preferred in your syllabus is Programming the World Wide Web by Robert Sebesta, the 7th edition, or even you can use or refer 4th edition also. And for reference, you can get the book Web Programming Building Internet Applications, the 3rd edition by Wiley Publishers. And also you can use the web resources like tutorialspoint.com as well as w3schools.com. Now it's time to implement what you learned and build your skill. Unless you try to write your own code and execute it to get the desired result, you cannot master the course. Initially, we need to have a certain software environment to develop. To write code, I recommend you Visual Studio Code or Notepad++, and to have server environment, you can have any Apache, MySQL, PHP stack. I prefer AppSer for this purpose. And to work with the Java, you need to install NetBeans 8 or higher version. Even you can use online tools to try with HTML and CSS. This is what an overview of your course Web Technology. For any queries or clarification, you can contact me directly on WhatsApp, or even we can have a live interaction over Zoom also. Okay then, see you soon in the next class. Till then, take care. Have a nice time.